Bringing Up Bates star Whitney Bates is back with new updates following the recent injury of her daughter, Lily. The 31-year-old mom has been documenting their lives on social media, sharing clips and pictures about their fun family activities. But many were surprised when Whitney and Zach's youngest daughter suffered from a scary injury. Keep reading to see how she's doing today. Bringing Up Bates: what happened to Whitney Bates' daughter Lily? Whitney recently took to social media to share a sad photo of her daughter, Lily, who got her arm plastered. The Bringing Up Bates star revealed that her daughter is getting braver and is trying to be like the big kids. She likes to climb up on a stool to try and get things off the counter. But she accidentally fell in one of her attempts, leading to an arm injury. Whitney didn't exactly share how bad it was. But the doctors are positive that she'll heal quickly as long as she doesn't hurt herself again. Whitney gives updates on daughter Lily's scary injury. Whitney Bates recently took to social media to share a new update about her daughter, Lily. According to the Bringing Up Bates star, her daughter is doing better. Lily has become more talkative and even says the words that her mom told her. Whitney revealed that her daughter's arm is still plastered. They're about to leave for another doctor's appointment to get Lily's arm checked, but she believes that they're going to put the cast back on as she's still not fully recovered. Lily was full of energy and even showed off her dress that she calls Bluey. It also appears that she's no longer suffering from severe pain. Bringing Up Bates: Whitney Bates shares heartwarming photo of Bradley and Lily. Whitney Bates also shared a heartwarming clip of her son, Bradley, taking care of his injured sister. According to the Bringing Up Bates star, everything is healing perfectly, but Lily has to stay in a cast for a couple more weeks. This wasn't the first time Bradley showed how much he cared for his siblings. Whitney has uploaded clips of her son looking after his sisters, especially Lily. Last March, Bradley left many fans in awe after Whitney shared a video of him rocking Lily when she was still small. Fans of Bringing Up Bates are used to seeing smiles, laughter, and heartwarming moments from the Bates family. But recently, Whitney Bates, wife to Zach Bates and mom of 5, opened up about a terrifying ordeal that shook her world. Her young daughter suffered a painful and unexpected injury that landed her in the emergency room. In a deeply emotional Instagram post accompanied by a photo of Whitney holding her daughter's hand in a hospital room, she wrote, "You never think it'll be your child until it is. One minute she was laughing, and the next, we were rushing to the ER. It's the kind of moment that changes you as a parent forever. A normal day gone wrong." It started like any ordinary afternoon at the Bates household, filled with the usual chaos, joy, and the sound of little feet running through the house. Whitney explained in a YouTube vlog that the day had been going smoothly until a freak accident turned everything upside down. "We were outside, playing like we always do," Whitney recalled, her voice breaking. "The kids were running in the yard, and Casey Lynn was playing on the swing set. Everything happened so fast. She jumped down like she's done 100 times before, but this time, she landed wrong." Whitney and Zach's second oldest daughter, Casey Lynn, just 7 years old, screamed in pain as soon as she hit the ground. Whitney ran to her side, immediately sensing something was very wrong. She couldn't move her leg, and her foot was at a strange angle. "I've never seen her cry like that." A mother's fear. They rushed Casey to the hospital, Whitney cradling her daughter in the back seat, trying to stay calm even as fear threatened to overwhelm her. "As a mom, all you want to do is fix it, take away their pain," she said. "But I couldn't. All I could do was hold her and pray." At the hospital, doctors confirmed what Whitney had feared. Casey had suffered a compound fracture in her lower leg, with the bone breaking through the skin. It was a severe injury, painful, dangerous, and requiring immediate surgery. "I just remember holding her hand while they explained what needed to happen," Whitney said. "She was so brave, but I could see the fear in her eyes. And I wanted to be strong for her, but inside, I was breaking." Surgery and uncertainty. Casey was taken into emergency surgery late that night. "It was the longest 3 hours of my life," Whitney said. "Zach and I sat in that waiting room just praying nonstop." The surgery was successful, and doctors were able to set the bone and clean the wound to prevent infection. But Whitney was warned that recovery would be slow and painful. Casey would need weeks in a cast, followed by physical therapy, and there was still a risk of long-term issues. As a mom, you want to hear, "She'll be fine," Whitney admitted. But they couldn't promise that. They just said, "We'll do everything we can." That uncertainty, it's devastating. The power of prayer and community. The moment Whitney shared the news on social media, support from fans, friends, and family poured in. "We were overwhelmed," she said, tears in her eyes. People we'd never met were sending prayers, care packages, Bible verses, and encouragement. The Bates family quickly circled around them. Kelly came to the hospital to sit with us, and so many of the siblings sent messages or helped with the other kids. We felt so loved. In a follow-up Instagram story, Whitney showed Casey resting at home, her leg wrapped and elevated, surrounded by cards and stuffed animals. "She's in a lot of pain," Whitney said, "but she's smiling again. And that's more than I could have hoped for a few days ago." And emotional road to recovery. The journey hasn't been easy. Casey still wakes up from the pain some nights, and there have been emotional ups and downs as she adjusts to life with limited mobility. "She's so independent," Whitney said. "Having to ask for help has been hard on her. She's cried because she misses dancing, climbing, even just running through the yard." To help her cope, Whitney and Zach created a little recovery corner filled with books, puzzles, and crafts. She calls it her brave space, and we've turned it into something special. We celebrate every little victory, even if it's just getting through a day without tears. Life lessons through pain. Through the heartbreak and fear, Whitney said this experience has taught her and her family valuable lessons. "It reminded me that everything can change in a second," she said. "And it made me appreciate the little moments even more, holding her hand, tucking her in, hearing her giggle through the pain." She also emphasized how the ordeal deepened her faith. "There were moments I didn't feel strong enough," Whitney confessed. "But I kept hearing God whisper, 'I'm with you.' And He was. Even in the scariest, hardest hours, we weren't alone." Looking ahead. Though the road ahead includes more doctor visits, physical therapy, and healing, Whitney is hopeful. "Casey is a fighter," she said. "I know this will shape her in ways we don't even understand yet. She's learning how strong she really is." In her latest social media update, Whitney posted a video of Casey smiling from her wheelchair, waving to fans. "Thank you for praying for me," she said sweetly, waving a tiny hand. The clip melted hearts, and comments flooded in with love and support. Gratitude and a mother's heart. As she reflects on the past few weeks, Whitney says the experience changed her forever. "When your child suffers, it breaks you. But it also reminds you of what really matters. Not the to-do lists, not the perfect routines, but love, and presence, and gratitude." She ended her post with a heartfelt message to other moms. Hug your babies tight. Soak in the messy, loud, chaotic days. Because you never know when life will stop you in your tracks and remind you just how fragile and how beautiful it all is.